Hey there, curious minds. Welcome to I Wonder, the show where we explore the questions you've been wondering about. Today's question comes from Abby, who's 13 years old. Abby asked, I wonder how much information I can store in my brain. Great question. We all know our brains can hold a ton of information. But can we really measure it like we do with computers? Let's explore how memory works in the brain and see if we can get an answer.
Wow.
All right, let's start with some basics. Your brain is not just a memory bank. It's more like a supercomputer made up of billions of nerve cells called neurons.
Whoa!
These neurons communicate through electrical and chemical signals, creating networks that store information, process thoughts, and help you make decisions. Imagine that each neuron is like a tiny wire in a massive circuit board. And when they connect, they make a pathway that stores information. But here's where it gets interesting. Your brain doesn't store information like a computer does, in neat folders or files. Instead, it uses a dynamic network of connections. Every time you learn something new, whether it's a math problem, a song, or even how to ride a bike, your brain creates new pathways or strengthens existing ones. This process is called synaptic plasticity, and it's what makes your brain capable of learning and adapting throughout your life.
Crazy!
Can we measure brain memory like computer memory? Let's dive into the numbers. Scientists estimate that the brain's memory capacity is roughly 2.5 petabytes.
Huh?
That's 2.5 million gigabytes.
What?
To help you picture that, think about a digital device like a fancy smartphone with 512 gigabytes of storage. You'd need about 5,000 smartphones to match the storage capacity of your brain.
Amazing.
Or imagine trying to watch TV nonstop for 300 years.
Oh my god.
That's how much information your brain could store. But here's the twist. Your brain's memory doesn't have a fixed limit like a computer's hard drive. Instead, it keeps reorganizing and adapting based on what you learn, experience, and even feel. This constant adaptability is why your brain can handle so much information. So while it has an enormous storage capacity, it's not the total space that matters, but how well the connections are maintained. This is where things like sleep, repetition, and emotional experiences play a crucial role. For example, you're more likely to remember things that make you feel excited, scared, or happy because emotional experiences create stronger neural connections. So how does the brain store different types of memory? Our brains don't treat all memories the same. In fact, memory can be divided into different types, each with its own storage system. Here's a look at 3 main types of memory. 1. Short-term memory. This is like your brain's scratch pad. It holds information temporarily, like a phone number or a grocery list, for about 20 to 30 seconds. Short-term memory has a limited capacity. Usually, you can hold about 7 to 9 pieces of information at a time. Think of it like trying to remember a new word while you're in the middle of a conversation. If you don't use it quickly, it's gone.
Oh no.
2. Working memory. This is similar to short-term memory, but more active. It's used when you're solving a math problem or trying to remember steps while following a recipe. Working memory is where your brain does its mental math, like juggling different pieces of information all at once. It's crucial for problem solving, decision making, and even understanding conversations.
Amazing.
And finally, long-term memory. This is where your brain stores information for extended periods, days, months, years, or even a lifetime. Long-term memory includes things like facts, personal experiences, and skills. It's divided into explicit memory, which is conscious, like remembering your last birthday, and implicit memory, which is unconscious, like knowing how to ride a bike. But how is brain memory really different from computer memory? When we compare brain memory to computer memory, we're talking about two totally different systems. Computers store information in binary code made up of ones and zeros. The memory is organized into files and folders, making it easy to access, but also limited by the hardware's capacity. If a computer runs out of storage, it simply stops accepting new information, unless more storage is added. Your brain, on the other hand, is a biological network that grows and adapts based on new information. For example, learning a new language actually causes physical changes in the brain, strengthening certain neural pathways and even creating new ones. This adaptability means that the brain can constantly reorganize itself, making room for new memories while adjusting or pruning old ones. This process is called neuroplasticity, and it's one of the most remarkable features of the human brain. How do emotions affect memory? Your emotions play a huge role in memory. Have you ever noticed how you can remember exciting events like your first roller coaster ride much more vividly than what you had for lunch 2 weeks ago? That's because emotional experiences activate the amygdala, a part of the brain that boosts memory retention. In other words, the more you feel an experience, the stronger the memory becomes. But not all emotions have the same effect. Stress, for example, can make it harder to remember things in the short term. But it can also create strong long-term memories, especially when tied to significant events. Here's some fun and surprising facts about memory. Did you know your brain is like a sponge? It's estimated that the average human brain can store about 1 million gigabytes of information, which is roughly equal to 1 million books. Have you ever noticed that smells can trigger memories? This is because the sense of smell is directly linked to the brain's memory centers, particularly the hippocampus and the amygdala. That's why a whiff of a familiar scent like cookies baking or fresh cut grass can bring back strong memories in an instant.
Whoa!
And my favorite. Did you know that forgetting is actually helpful? While it may sound strange, forgetting is a vital part of memory. It helps clear out less important information, making room for more critical memories. That's why it's normal to forget details over time. Your brain is simply optimizing its storage.
Perfect!
So how can we improve our memory? There's several ways to boost your memory and keep your brain in top shape. Here are a few tips. 1. Repetition. Going over information multiple times can strengthen neural connections. That's why studying for a test is more effective if you review material over several days instead of cramming.
Oh.
2. My favorite, sleep. During sleep, the brain consolidates memories from the day, turning short-term memories into long-term ones. Getting a good night's sleep is crucial for remembering what you learn.
Duh!
3. Physical exercise.
Ew, gross.
Exercise increases blood flow to the brain, which helps improve memory. Studies have shown that regular exercise can actually increase the size of the hippocampus, the part of the brain associated with memory. 4. Mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness practices have been shown to improve memory, focus, and even increase the density of gray matter in the brain. Just a few minutes of meditation each day can make a difference.
Correct!
And finally, diet. A healthy diet, that is. eating foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids like salmon, walnuts, and flax seeds support brain health. Blueberries, sometimes called brainberries, have been linked to better memory due to their high antioxidant content. So, to answer Abby's question, the human brain's memory capacity is massive, estimated at around 2.5 petabytes. But what's even more impressive is its ability to adapt, reorganize, and create new neural pathways as you learn, grow, and experience life. It's a constantly evolving system, and it's what makes us capable of learning so much. Thanks again to Abby for this fascinating question. And remember, if you have a question you're curious about, send it our way to www.iwonderpodcast.com, and we might just feature it in our next episode of I Wonder. Until next time, stay curious and keep wondering.